Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. My name is Essie Jane. I don't know if I did a proper intro the last couple of videos I made. So just to tell you a little bit about me and why I make these videos, I am a full-time mom, almost to 2 under 2. I don't know if you can see the bump, but baby 2 is due here in a couple of months. I live in the Midwest and I started reselling clothing on platforms like Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari about 6 months ago. So I've been making videos documenting that process of learning, failing, and I am just hoping to bring you along with me as I figure out how to make this a profitable business with the limits, constraints, and opportunities that I have. So today I want to talk about the top 5 brands that I have sold so far. So I'm ranking this by profitability, and I'm weeding out brands that I've made only 1 or 2 sales with because I just don't have enough experience sourcing them reliably and then selling them for that profit reliably. We're only covering brands that I have sold at least 5 units of, and then I'm ranking them by the average profit per item that I've made so far. For each brand, I'm going to tell you what my average profit per item is, how many items I've sold from that brand, and then I'll do a little bit of a haul of items I'm currently sourcing going into the fall and holiday season. So starting with number 5, that would be Hatch, which is appropriate since I am currently pregnant. I really love their maternity clothes. Really nice, beautiful maternity clothes are like impossible to find. So I've really enjoyed sourcing these, and I found that they're pretty easy to source used because a lot of people will invest in them during their pregnancy and then decide to sell them afterwards because they're very expensive and it's likely not something that you're going to wear again unless you plan on having more children in the future. So I've been able to source these on platforms like Poshmark and Mercari for really good prices and then flip them for more because they are being sought after. I know the first purchase I ever made on Poshmark was a Hatch dress. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks after I found out I was expecting my first baby that I was like, I'm gonna need dresses to wear next summer when I'm really big and pregnant. And so I set up a Poshmark account to search for those and I found one. It was actually also the first thing I ever sold. I reposhed it when I started to resell 6 months ago. So yeah, my average profit per unit for Hatch maternity is $33.13, which is not quite at my target. I know in last week's video I went over how I have a target profit per item now, which is $40. And I think if I'm a little bit smarter about what I source from here on out, I will be able to hit that very easily with Hatch pieces. I have sold 8 pieces by Hatch so far, and there's just a couple sitting in my closet that I'm pretty confident will sell before too long. So getting into what I'm sourcing currently from Hatch, I have these really cute corduroy overalls that are gonna be amazing for fall and winter. They're a like ivory cream color, and I found them on Mercari for $40. So I expect to be able to sell them for well over $100. Overalls are pretty trendy. Corduroy is a great textured, thicker, more quality fabric. So those are exciting. And then next is this dress. It's like a short dress. And I've sold the slouch dress, which is kind of their most famous piece or most iconic piece, I think, in this print before. So I sold that dress in this print last week for $100. This one I purchased also on Mercari for $24. That was including shipping. So that's what I'm saying about these retail for, dresses, I think retail for $200 plus. So to be able to get this in excellent, like new condition for $24, that really gives me room to make a profit. And the last Hatch piece I just got in is this maxi dress. It's this beautiful viscose, like black floral on ivory. And it's got, I don't know if you can see here, but it's got almost like a Swiss dot texture to the fabric. So yeah, it's just flowy, drapey, beautiful. The black and ivory color make it really great for layering in the winter or for wearing the rest of the summer when you want something lightweight and not too hot. So the brand I've sold that has the 4th highest average sales price for me is Reformation. So that comes in at $33.48 average profit per item, and I've sold 21 Reformation items. So if you ever looked at just recently sold in the category dresses on Poshmark, every other listing seems to be Reformation. Everybody wants to buy Reformation. Everybody's also selling Reformation, so it can be tricky. You have to be really smart about what you source because it can be oversaturated, but you can make a good profit. And again, it's one of those ones where I know personally that I just need to be a little bit smarter to raise that average sale, or to raise that average profit per unit up to closer to my $40 and above mark. So here's a couple of pieces that I have recently sourced that are Reformation. This one is new with tags, and actually I think both of the items that I have right now are new with tags. With Reformation, because it's so saturated, you either have to get it crazy cheap, used, in order to make a profit, or new with tags, because everybody wants that. So this is one of their most popular styles. It's the Nikita dress. So it's a midi dress, tie straps. You'll see this pop up all the time if you search solds on Poshmark. I paid $90 for this, but I think it will sell for over $200. So I'll be able to hit that profit goal that I have. The other one I have is also new with tags and one of their most popular styles. This is the Gavin dress. So again, midi length, and it has these cool keyholes in the back. So there's one here, and then the lower back is also open. So super, super cool. I love just a very classic floral on black. This can be worn as a wedding guest dress, as something a little bit more casual, with a jacket in the fall, and I think it's a really versatile print, and it's, yeah, just appealing to a very wide amount of people. My 3rd most profitable brand is Sezane, which I really love. It is a French brand. It's just really classic, timeless, beautiful pieces that I would totally wear if I could afford them. But it's fun to borrow them from my Poshmark closet once in a while. My average profit per unit for Sezane is $41.14, so just at that goal that I have, and I've sold 11 pieces so far. I don't have any that are currently processing, but I did just purchase 2 in the last day or so. One of them was a sweater that I bought on Poshmark. It cost me $39 after shipping and taxes, and it was new with tags. So Sezane sweaters are really high quality, made with really good materials, and usually sell for over $100 depending on how saturated they are. The one that I got is new with tags, and I haven't sold a new with tags sweater before, so I'm excited for that. I've really enjoyed selling Sezane dresses also, and I just bought one today on the RealReal, also new with tags, which is something that I'm trying to source more and more. I just find it's an easier sell and a little bit smarter of a sell. So I found a dress on the RealReal. They had it listed at $120. I had the 20% off coupon, so I got it for $100, and I'm hoping to sell it for close to $200. All right, so we're to the top 2 brands that are most profitable for me. Once I go through this and my little haul of what I've been sourcing from these brands, I'm also going to cover at the end of this video my best sale from each brand. So I'll just pop those up on the screen and explain a little bit about how I sourced them, how long it took them to sell, and what kind of a profit I made on each item. We're at the top 2. Coming in at number 2, this one kind of surprised me because I don't even remember why I started sourcing it, but I know it's one of the more trendy, young, Revolve brands. Not really something I would wear, but I had heard another reseller talking about it, and so I snagged a couple of pieces on Poshmark, and they sold really well, so I kept buying more. And so this week, when I ran my spreadsheet to find out which brands actually profit me the most, I found out that this one is really up there for me, and that brand is Misa Los Angeles. So I went on a bit of a shopping spree on the RealReal and bought 5 new pieces. I have sold 5 pieces by Misa Los Angeles in the past, and even though I sold one of those at a loss of $12, my average profit per unit for those 5 is $43.59. So that's pretty great. It's right where I want to be at. And that is why I went to the RealReal and bought a bunch of dresses that they had on sale. And I am hoping that once I photograph them, include measurements, and just add a little more value to the listings than the RealReal had, I'm going to be able to sell them for a lot more. So let's look at these. All right, the first one is this popover style dress. And this is what I've sold in the past. So I've sold, I think, 3 or 4 of their Lillian dresses, and they're this popover style with the tassels at the neckline also. This one was on the RealReal for $35, I think. And if I can sell it for close to $100, I'll be really happy with that. This one looks a little bit wonky on the hanger because it's an off-the-shoulder dress. It's meant to be worn off the shoulder. So it's a midi dress though, and I haven't sold a midi dress by Misa before. It also has these long kind of balloon sleeves. So I think this will be really cool for fall. This one was sold at Anthropologie also, so that's a keyword I can add. And the stock photos are really pretty. So this one was, I think, like $45. They were all either $35 or $45, which is really great considering that I've been able to sell Misa dresses for over $100 consistently before. Yeah, my average sales price for Misa is $150. I bought 5 pieces from the RealReal. My total after taxes and shipping was $250-ish. So if I divide that by 5, that's a cost of $50 per dress. And then if I can sell them for that average sales price of $150 each, I'll be making really good money on these. All right, next up is this mesh piece, again with like the kind of gathered puff sleeve, and this has a really cool mock neck also. But it's 3 layers of mesh, so it's lined also with mesh, and it's a floral on a dark background, so great for fall and winter, and I think it's just a really cool piece. Again, midi length, so usually you can get a little bit more money for midi length dresses versus mini length dresses, which is what I've sold in the past. Speaking of mini dresses though, I did grab this one. This one's new without tags, and man, it is so beautiful. I'm kind of tempted to keep it. It's all this like ruching through the bodice, so I probably could even wear it while pregnant. That's kind of been a trick of mine, is to just buy non-maternity dresses that have this ruche bodice because they're so forgiving and stretchy. And I can wear them throughout my pregnancy. But yeah, this one has metallic threading throughout. Again, these really nice deep colors that are awesome for fall and winter. I could see somebody wearing this to a wedding that has a cocktail dress code. Yeah, super, super pretty. And again, I got it for like $45. All right, last one. This one is new with tags. And most of the Misa dresses that I've sold before, the ones that I am currently sourcing, are a little more colorful. I have sold a solid white one, but they're really known for the colorful, ruffly, more boho styles. But this was just too pretty to pass up, and it was new with tags. So let me get it a little closer. It's this black fabric, but it has this floral element, which is just so gorgeous. Great for the winter. Again, great for wedding guests or holiday parties. And it's so beautiful. Long sleeves, short length, this cool V-neck that has hook and eye clasps so you can kind of adjust it to as deep as you want it to be. I really love this dress. I'm excited to sell it. Okay, last but not least, drum roll. The brand that I have made the highest average profit per item is Beholden. Yes, Anthropologie's bridal line is my highest profit brand, which is a little surprising, or it was to me, and it's because most likely I just sold a wedding gown that I purchased from Beholden. I purchased it from their site on clearance, and it just sold last week. So I'm giving you a sneak peek into my top 5 sale. So I'm giving you a sneak peek into my top sale from the brand. But yeah, it sold for $475 on Poshmark last week, and I profited 130, I think, 100 something on that dress. So that helped raise that profit. But my other pieces, I think I've sold, yeah, I've sold 6 pieces total from BHLDN, and my average sales price is $150 again. So it's really solid, and it is one of those ones that's similar to Hatch, where people buy a bridesmaid's dress, wear it once, or don't even get to wear it because with COVID, weddings got postponed and things like that. So they're just trying to make some of their money back. You can find them new with tags or gently used on Poshmark and Mercari and eBay and resell them because people are looking for them also to either attend a wedding or be a bridesmaid. All right, now let's go over those best sales from each brand. So my number 5 brand was Hatch. My best sale from Hatch was the Jasmine jumpsuit that I found new with tags on Poshmark, and I purchased it for $50 and sold it for $140, leaving me with a profit of $60. My best sale from my number 4 brand, Reformation, was the Twilight dress that I found at Nordstrom Rack. I purchased it there new with tags for $85. I sold it the same day for $200, and that left me with a profit of $75 even. My number 3 brand is Sezane. My top sale from Sezane is this coat that I found on ThredUp, and I paid $87 for this coat. It sold 20 days later on Poshmark for $300, so my profit there was $151.28. And at number 2 was Misa Los Angeles. My best Misa sale was the Lillian dress in peacock print. I found that on Poshmark for $82, and it sold 21 days later for $225, also on Poshmark. So my profit there was almost $100, it was $98. All right, I already mentioned this one, but my number 1 most profitable brand was BHLDN, and my best sale from them just happened last week. This was a dress that I had in my Poshmark closet for 161 days. It actually got purchased on Tradesy a few months ago and then returned. Got purchased on eBay, or somebody made an offer but never paid. So this was actually the 3rd time it got purchased, and I was just really ready for it to be sold and to make a profit on it. And I was so thrilled when I got the notification that the buyer had accepted the item. So I paid $265 after taxes and shipping for this dress on clearance, and I listed it originally for $525, I think. That's what it got purchased for on Tradesy, and then returned. And then I was a little bit desperate just to get rid of it because I was scared that I was gonna lose money. So I played around with pricing a little bit, but somebody sent me an offer last week for $475 on Poshmark. So that left me with a profit of $115, which I was thrilled with. It's out of my hands, and now it is my most profitable brand on the resale market. So I hope that was helpful to you to learn about maybe some new brands or brands that you might want to look into. I think it's really, really valuable to actually track which brands are making you the most money, because if you asked me before I ran this report in my spreadsheet, I probably would not even have thought of Misa or BHLDN as a top 3 or 5 brand for me, and they're my top 2. So pay attention to that. I'm excited to list these new items and see how they perform, and maybe we'll do an update to this video in a few months and see what brands are selling for me best at that time. Thank you so much for watching, showing up to my channel again. It means a lot. I hope that this is just some fun reseller content for you to watch, because I know I'm constantly refreshing my YouTube feed for new videos from my favorite reseller creators. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. If you get a chance on your way out, please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.